Welcome to Next to You with your hosts, Chris and Julie Moore. So here they are, Chris and Julie.
Thank you, Lou, and welcome everybody to Next to You. I'm Chris, and you look like, give me a hint.
It begins with a J.
Oh, yeah. You're Julie.
I'm just like so excited about tonight's artist, aren't you?
I am, Max Schang.
Yeah, we first saw him at Sprague's, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. We did see him at Sprague's.
We did, but the first we actually played at the same time, our band and his, down at Clarion for, I think it was like an alumni fundraiser.
Oh, that's right.
And we were very much impressed with him. And then we were really excited that he was coming all the way up here to play at Sprague's, and we made a point to go see him.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
So we're going to start with one of his songs. And why don't you introduce it, Chris?
It's Going to New Orleans.
Sunshine. We're going to New Orleans, down in the bright sunshine. We be feeling kind of mellow, you know we're gonna be feeling fine. Way down on Bourbon Street, they don't sleep at night. They don't sleep at night. When the evening come around, everybody feeling alright. Feel alright. Sunshine. We're going to New Orleans, down in the bright sunshine. We're gonna be kind of mellow, you know we're gonna be feeling fine. Gonna be kind of mellow, we be feeling fine. South. Yeah, you know, we're gonna let it roll. Gonna get some red beans and rice. You know, let the good times roll. I think I hear a parade. Follow that drum.
Max, we're so excited to have you on the show. Hey, tell us about your journey as a guitarist and the different styles you played and eventually honing in on the style of American blues.
Well, hi, Julie, and thank you for having me on your show. I'm very excited to do this interview with you. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. I guess I've been playing ever since I was about 11, 12 years old. Started out with the accordion,
Cool.
played from 8 to 12. Then the Beatles came out, and I said, heck with this accordion. It's time to play some rock and roll.
There you
So
go.
I remember buying the Beatles' second album and buying a songbook and trying to get my fingers where the diagrams for the chords were. And
Right.
after a while, I got a little better. My fingers limbered up some. I liked a lot of different things. I liked all the British bands. I liked John Mayall a lot, British blues band. And then later on, I listened to Paul Butterfield's Fathers and Sons record with Mike Bloomfield, Great American double LP set, and I think it was very influential on me at the time. I was lucky enough to see Jimi Hendrix in '68, and that was a big influence.
Sure.
And also, speaking of Paul Butterfield, I saw him in Meadville, of all places, in 1969. Always loved the blues. I mean, it's the foundation for all of American music. So that's kind of how I settled on it. But I also like to play the gypsy jazz style, too, which has also got elements of American music and blues in it. So it's not too far from the tree, as they say.
Nice.
Yeah, the jazz, and I know that he said that he played classical too, Chris.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, just an all-around guy.
Yeah, really great versatility here.
Let's hear another one of his songs.
What's it called, Chris?
I'd like to pick Don't Lose Your Cool.
Okay, this is from his Back Up Again CD, Max Schang. You know, Chris, if you look on Reverb Nation for Max, oh my gosh, the bio is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you read it to me earlier, and it was great.
Yeah.
Hey, Max, why don't you tell us the inspiration behind one of your songs?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, a good song would the one I picked for you today would be my tune "Back Up Again," which is the title of my CD from 2012, and the tune just kind of deals with being down and wanting to get back up again, and then the feeling of elation once you get back up again. So the tune is all about, you know, getting the heck out of the mud and you know, and moving on. It has elements of style, a little bit like Robin Ford, I think, in some of the chord intro thing I put in there. And it's a minor setting, a minor blues setting. So it's funny. It's a happy, positive song, but it's in a minor key. So, and that's that one. I hope you enjoy that tune. That was off my first, actually my last CD, Back Up Again.
Well, it sounds like the perfect song for these times, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Why don't we play it?
Yep. This is Back Up Again, the title cut.
So many teardrops along the way, too much sadness each and every day. At times didn't know which way to turn. Some tough lessons I had to learn. And it seems like, yes, I lost my only friend. I've had the blues, you know it's true, but you know I'm coming back up again. Many times thought I'd had it made. I turned around, it all slipped away. Love and money, how I yearn. Oh, those bridges I burned, and it seems like I'd hit the bottom end. I've had the blues, you know it's true, but you know I'm coming back up again. Just today, one more lesson learned the hard way. Now's the time, my destiny, gonna get what's coming to me. And it seems like I ain't doing what I did then. I've had the blues, you know it's true, but you know I'm coming back up again. I've had the blues, you know it's true, but you know I'm coming back up again. I've had the blues, you know it's true, but you know I'm coming back up again.
This is WQLN.
Chris, I'm really anxious to go see Max's band again.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun when we saw them.
Yeah. And, we were always playing, so it wasn't very often that we got to see a live band,
Right.
Area band.
And, when you play out all the time, sometimes you just want a weekend off. But, boy, he's really well worth,
Yes, he is.
saying get your butt out of the house and go see him because you're going to have a great time.
For sure. Lots of dance and type music.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, besides fantastic guitars, what a great voice, too.
I love it. So we're going to get back to Max. Max, what artists influenced your style?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know that, too.
Now, that's a good question. Who influenced my style? Well, I guess getting back to it again, early on, I guess, it'd be somebody like George Harrison. And then later on, like Keith Richards, Rory Gallagher. I really liked Rory Gallagher a lot. Eric Clapton, Peter Green, Mike Bloomfield, Robin Ford. I loved all those people. And I like a lot of jazz guys, too. I liked Miles's kind of blue period. I loved the Allman Brothers as a kid. I got to see them early on when Dwayne was still alive. So all these people, you put it in the mixer and you blend it all up, and I guess that's my style. I can't leave out some of the old-timers, Django Reinhardt, that I love, and I'm always fascinated by the things that he played, so off the cuff, but so brilliant.
Chris, isn't that interesting how Max was saying that, all these artists like George Harrison, Rory Gallagher, Miles Davis, I mean, they're completely different, but I love what he said when he said, just blend them all up and that's me.
Yeah. I don't remember him mentioning Stevie Ray Vaughan, but to me, boy, the sound of his voice and everything, I'm sure he's covered them in the past.
I bet you he does.
I'll tell you, the next time we go to see him, I'm going to say,
request one, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But here's one of my favorite Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, Crossfire. So what's next, Julie?
Let's get back to Max. Let's play a song.
Okay. How about Bad Boy off of his CD? It's a wonderful blues tune.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm a bad boy. Long, long ways from home. time I travel, gonna take you by my side. Next time I travel, gonna take you by my side. Then I won't have to worry. Everything gonna be alright.
So we were researching a little bit what gypsy jazz was.
Yeah, I had never heard that term before, honestly.
Yeah, Max said that was an influential style of his, and
I thought he studied it, right?
yeah, he did.
And we looked up some
Mm-hmm.
examples of it, and it sounded like music that we used to put on every time we had a party. And it was Willie and Lobo.
Willie and Lobo. It sounds just like that style. So I guess we didn't know that was gypsy jazz.
I think it is. It sure sounds like it. Well, it looks like we're getting to the end of the first half, Julie. That Max Schang, he was sure a lot of fun. And we got more of them coming up in the second half.
Yeah, stay tuned, everybody.
Let's get back to Max.
I would love to. So I would like to ask him, so who turned you on to music in your early life, and who were your teachers?
Music in my early life, well, definitely music was in the house. Mom had a piano and an organ in the same room. And all kinds of music books everywhere, and a record player and records. And so right away I was tinkering and banging around on the piano and driving everybody crazy. Playing probably a plastic ukulele here and there too, I'm sure.
Good.
I started playing guitar when I was about 12, though. I think I said, yeah, when the Beatles came out.
Right.
Pretty much taught myself through chord books and so on, and I have a pretty good ear, so I could pick up melodies real well. I think I owe that to my mom. She loved melodies and great songs.
Cool.
Later on, I studied with a gentleman by the name of Dick Lurie in Cleveland, Ohio, and eventually, after a year and a half, ended up in Spain studying classical guitar with Andre Segovia's assistant, Jose Luis Rodrigo. So I was playing classical guitar as well.
Max, wow.
And I love everything that's associated with a guitar. If it's got six strings on it, I don't care if it's country or classical or jazz or rockabilly or whatever. It's such a great instrument. So it's endless what you can do with a guitar, I think.
Yeah. He has such a passion, doesn't he, Chris?
Yeah, I'd love to hear him do some
I
classical
would.
stuff.
Hey,
like
we'll do that on the
Segovia
next
style.
show. We'll do another show with Max. Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
So let's play another one of his songs.
Which one do you want to do?
This one's called Bad Attitude. Here he is, Max Schang.
It's time to make your move. There's many things you do, babe, I don't approve. It's time to get up and go. Everything you do so slow. You got a bad attitude no matter what I say. You got a bad attitude I hear every day. You see me up, you see me fall. Some of your help was the cause of it all. You can never say what you might have done till you're staring down the barrel of that gun. You got a bad attitude no matter what I say. You got a bad attitude I hear every day. Hey, hey. nothing but alone. You got a bad attitude, what do you want me to say? You got a bad attitude, I hear it every day.
What a sound, huh, Chris?
Oh
Wow.
my God, you guys, amazing.
Yeah. Isn't it fun, though, to hear about on-the-road type stories, Chris?
I always love hearing stories about things that happened, you know, to musicians, you know, either fun or exciting or whatever, you know, embarrassing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories out there. So, Max, what did you experience that was either good or funny or whatever on the road?
Funny stuff. There's always so much funny stuff after 50 years of playing. I was at the Chicago Blues Festival in the early 90s, and my friend that I used to book here from the old Howlin' Wolf band, Eddie Shaw, was playing the main stage. And I didn't think anything about it. I thought I was just watch from the wings, and this huge audience, biggest, world's largest free blues festival. And he came over to him and he says, "Where's your guitar, boy?" I said, "Oh, it's across the street." He says, "In the hotel." And we were in Grant Park. He says, "Well, we better go get it."
Awesome.
That's so
Ran over there as
cool.
fast as I could and came back. And the girl from at the NPR station there said, "What's your name? Let me get your name so we can get you a check and everything." And I was walking on air that whole day, and I still am walking there on air thinking about it. But that was just one of the things. There's so much. You could probably write a book on all the crazy stuff, but that's just one little funny or happy story, I guess you
That's
could say.
cool.
That's really cool.
Eddie Shaw, a tenor saxophone player, blues musician from that area.
You know, I really thought he was going to mention, you know, playing with us down at Clarion, but I guess that's a little cooler what he just did.
I think so, Chris.
So he's too good to just talk about him. Let's play another one of his songs.
Yeah, this one is called
Walkin' Blues.
Woke up this morning, people, looked round for my shoes. Nobody that I had those walking blues. Woke up this morning, looked round for my shoes. Nobody that I had those, oh Lord, walking blues. People try to tell me blues ain't bad. Worst old feeling ever had. People try and tell me, oh, the blues ain't bad. Worst old feeling, oh, child, I ever had. ocean, ocean run to the sea. If I don't find my baby, they gonna bury me. Rivers run to the ocean, ocean run to the sea. If I don't find that little girl, they're gonna bury me. Woke up this morning, people, looked round for my shoes. Nobody that I had those walking blues. Woke up this morning, looked round for my shoes. Nobody that I had those walking blues. Nobody that I had those walking blues.
Yeah. Hey, Max hails out of Sharon, Pennsylvania, and his band members, they're awesome. He plays with a trio, and we have a drummer, and his name is Steve McMurray, and the bassist is Terry McDonald.
They're very tight.
Really good.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to them.
Back to our guest musician this evening, Max Schang. Max, you've certainly done a lot of traveling and touring. Tell us where you've played, along with the experiences that you've had.
Traveling around. Well, I guess, the most traveling I did, I mentioned Eddie Shaw earlier, and his agent called me one day in December, and he says, "Do you have a passport?" And I said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, Eddie was wondering if he could go to Europe with him for a couple of months and play Paris and Germany and Spain and stuff." And I said, "Well, I'll look into it." I was working with the Quaker Steak and Lube Seafood Express, and I called my friend Jig, and I said, "Do you think I can get away for a couple of months?" Well, he's always been a big proponent of music and supporter of my stuff. And he says, "Well, as long as we have your phone number and you get everybody booked for a couple of months, we'll be good." So we went over to Europe and did Paris, spent 2-3 weeks in Paris, got to know the city. It was a lot of fun. And Germany, Holland, Spain, Belgium. And the furthest we got was Slovenia, Nova Gorica, Slovenia, which was a whole new thing for me. The language totally different, the money, everything. But it's a beautiful country. And a lot of people in this area are from Slovenian descent. So I saw a lot of people that looked like people I knew.
Well, that's pretty cool. Hey, Max, we were in Pittsburgh once playing. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, we travel too.
Right.
Wow, what a great experience, huh, Chris?
Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
So, you want to get back to some more of Max's music?
Would love to.
Let's hear That's No Way for Me to Get Along.
Well, I'm going home. Friend, sit down and tell my mama. Friend, sit down and tell my mom I'm going home, sit down and tell my mom. I'm going home, sit down and tell my mom. And that's no way for me to get along. These low down women, mama, they treated your poor son wrong. Mama treated me wrong. These low down women, mama treated your poor son wrong. These low down women, mama treated your poor son wrong. And that's no way for him to get along. Well, they treated me like my poor heart was made of a rock or stone. Mama made of a rock or stone. Treated me like my poor heart was made of stone. Treated me like my poor heart was made of stone. And that's no way for me to get along. You know that was enough, mama, to make your son wish he's dead and gone. Mama wished I was dead and gone. That was enough, mama, to make your son wish he's dead and gone. That was enough, mama, to make your son wish he's dead and gone. And that's no way for him to get along. I stood on the roadside and I cried alone, all by myself. I cried alone by myself. Stood on the roadside and cried alone by myself. I stood on the roadside and cried alone by myself. And that's no way for me to get along. I just want some train to come along and take me, friends, away from here. Lord, take me away from here. Then the train come along and take me away from here. Then the train come along and take me away from here. And that's no way for me to get along.
When Bob and Paul came over to do the little segment on the Christmas songs, I played some of Mac's music for Brother Paul, and he said, "Wow, he sounds like Mike Bloomfield." Yeah. And I said, "Well, that's one of his influences."
Yeah.
And Paul mentioned Electric Flag, and I've had forgotten about all that.
Yeah.
But I had the album a long time coming, back when it came out, and boy, I played that one like crazy. It's a great album.
So we asked Max a question here. Have you been able to do music solely to make a living?
Yeah, making a living with music. Well, I guess, like I said, I played in bands probably when I was 23, when you could play 6 nights a week, and all the hotels and motels, and wore a leisure suit and all that stuff, and played all those songs, the disco period. But, it was interesting. You could actually make a living back then doing that, play 6 nights a week, maybe have a day job, and you could raise a family on it, That changed a lot, though. And I got into music retail and giving guitar lessons, which I pretty much started doing in the very late 70s. And on and off right up until this year as well. And also, I have to say, I worked for the Seafood Express Quaker Steak and Lube for about 15 years as a talent buyer and entertainment coordinator. So that was a solid job that I could have and still be a weekend warrior and do all the other stuff and not have to worry so much about every gig and make sure I filled up my calendar, which is very refreshing for a musician.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember, especially when we were raising the kids, we tried to get every job we could and book as much as we could and help pay the bills. And I remember one Saturday, I don't know if you remember this, Julie, we didn't have anything booked. And we looked at each other and said, "Well, what do you want to do?" And we both said, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know. And then we said, well, what do normal people do? You know, and you can always work around the house, but we didn't even know how to relax.
We didn't. We really didn't know how.
But yeah, I'm glad you're still playing, Max. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Boy, tonight has just flown by. I really enjoyed listening to Max Schang. We have one more of his songs called My Own Blues. Do you have anything you'd like to add, Julie?
Rock on, Max.
Oh, it's great stuff.
You gotta go catch 'em live, everybody.
Got my own blues to sing, and I ain't keeping them to myself. I've got my own blues to sing, and I ain't keeping them to myself. So leave your blues back on the shelf. Stay out of my kitchen. Don't come knocking on my door. I've had to live with these blues, and I ain't playing second fiddle anymore. Got my own blues to sing. People, I'm not keeping it to myself. I'm gonna play it like I feel it. So leave your blues back on the shelf. Down this road a long time ago. I missed a lot of chances I ain't missing anymore. I've got my own sing, and I ain't keeping them to myself. I got my own blues to sing, so put your blues back on the shelf.
Max, it's been so enjoyable to have you on the show. Hey, where can people find your music? I know after they hear this show, they're going to be wanting to download some of it.
Oh, yeah. Where can you hear my music? Well, let's say we have my CD, Back Up Again, and that's available through Max Schang's Trio of Blues on Facebook. Also, you can listen to the music on Reverb Nation, Max Schang. Also on YouTube, you can just dial up YouTube, and I have a lot of stuff there. Some of it's pretty good quality, and some of it's just so-so. It's YouTube, but some of it's quite good. As far as websites, that's pretty much the way to find the music. We're really looking forward to playing for everybody, getting back to playing. This year's been a little bit different. We did fairly well in the warm weather, but now that things are cooling off, it's a little bit different. But it's a good time for us to learn new material, write some new material. And thank you so much for having me here, Julie. It's been a real pleasure talking with you in our virtual meeting here. It's great. So we will see you soon, and take care. Everybody have a great year. Thank you.
Well, we really want to thank Max Schang for joining us tonight for a great show.
Oh, for sure. We love you, Max. And Bob Martin and Paul Moore from the original Tennessee Back Porch for joining us in the studio tonight.
Right, and our announcer, Lou Savage.
And you, our audience, it's been great spending this time next to you.
Yes, you look like Julie, and so I must be Chris.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Down the aisle, then down a dusty road, halfway around the world. Look around, I'll be right beside you all the way. And every day, I'm here to stay next to you.
This is WQLN, listener-supported radio, 91.3 FM.